Hi, everyone. I am Ikra. I am one of the field marketing interns here at Sizigi. Today, we're going to be speaking with Veronica. I'm going to go ahead and wait a couple of seconds. There are a few things I wanted to talk about. There is a lot happening at Sizigi right now, which is really exciting. The first thing is we recently launched our, perfect, she is here. Let me add a stream. Hi, Veronica.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Be looking, my God, I feel like this is, I'm like looking at you in this corner, but the camera's over here. Very awkward.
Really quick. I know, this stuff is crazy. Really quickly, I just wanted to talk about Sizigi's hashtag competition. We just launched it last week, and essentially it's just an Instagram post on our Instagram. You just like and tag 2 people in it and repost it on your story for a chance to win a $25 Visa gift card. All right, but now that that plug is over, I'm introducing Veronica. So Veronica is Sizigi's director of financial recruiting, which is super awesome. But before she got into recruiting, she was actually an auditor, and she had a pretty solid career field in that. So I wanted to ask, what was the greatest challenge you faced when you made that switch in your career?
Yeah, so ironically enough, it wasn't any outside forces. It was actually myself, you know, kind of getting over that insecurity, because you're right, like I did have about 5 to 6 years of internal audit experience. I got my degree in accounting. I have a lineage of accountants in my family, CPAs. And so, you know, for me, making that switch from being in finance to going into recruiting, nothing wrong with it. But for me, I kind of went through that struggle of, what if it doesn't work out? You know, what are people going to think? What are people going to say about me? What is my family going to think? What if I don't actually like it and I'm making a huge career move, and then, you know, I maybe can't go back into auditing or finance. So there was a lot of that insecurity. And I think actually what helped me get over that bump was actually my network. You know, the people that I thought would judge me for the move were actually the most supportive of it. And so I would say definitely myself, getting over that internal struggle.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of courage to realize that you're not doing what you want to do, and then to actually act on that. It's incredible. Like it's honestly inspiring what you did. Yeah. That kind of leads into my next question. Do you have any advice you want to share with anyone who is wanting to change their career path?
Yes. So 3 main things that helped me, and well, 2 helped me, and the third is a little different. But first and foremost, do your research. You know, reach out to people in your network who have either, like for me, I reached out to people in my network who I knew made the transition from finance and accounting, auditing to recruiting, how they felt about it, how they enjoyed it, how they liked it, the good, the bad, the ugly. I want to know all of it. In addition to that, do your research outside of just your network. Google, you know, Glassdoor has a lot of good reviews on different companies, different departments. You know, if I had been asking my network, how do you like recruiting? And they're like, oh, we love it. But then I go online and I see all these horrific reviews about people who had made the transition. It would be I'd be a little bit of at a crossroads, right? So definitely do your research, pick as many brains as possible, and then eventually, you know, come to a decision yourself. And the next thing is be proactive. You know, people are not going to come to you and say, hey, Veronica, would you be interested in this recruiting opportunity? I think you'd be great. It's no, I talked to enough, you know, professionals in the accounting auditing world who made the transition and saw that progression in their careers and thought, oh, maybe I should ask around. Maybe I should, you know, send out my information to people, even that I don't know. I mean, connections that I made on LinkedIn, even on other social media platforms that you know, friends of mine who had made different transitions into recruiting. Just being proactive and making sure you get your name out there, making sure that you know, it's kind of it's interesting because you don't want to obviously put your name too far out there, because then you don't want your hiring manager to know, but you want to make sure that you have people that you can confide in who will put in a good name for you, be proactive, show other hiring managers, hey, I'm interested in learning more about your company. I just, you know, if nothing else, can I just spend 5 minutes of your time, or get 5 minutes of your time to ask you questions about what you do, what the company does? I'm just curious. So being proactive, being aggressive, putting your name out there, because again, the companies are not going to come to you. You need to go to them. And then the third thing, which I didn't do, obviously, but I would recommend, and I would actually do myself, if which I'm not going to do. But if I needed to make a career move, joining Sizigi, to be honest, because here's the thing, with my background in auditing and accounting and finance, there is no sales in that. I mean, the best thing I could maybe relate to sales, if you will, is the communication aspect of auditing, having to talk to clients, having to talk to different people in different departments. So you really have to get out of your comfort zone and explain accounting to the non-accountant and being able to create relationships. So, okay, I can maybe relate that to recruiting, because you have to maintain relationships and be a good communicator. But really, there's no sales in auditing. There's no sales in finance. So being a recruiter, that's going to be really hard for me to showcase, hey, this is what I've been able to produce, or this is my gross margin. This is, my sales pitch. There's none of that. Yeah. So, I would hope that if I, for people looking to make that transition, create an ePortfolio, because there's so much more obviously to a person than a paper resume. And if you were to just see my paper resume, it's all auditing and accounting versus, if you were to talk to me, I can explain to you, hey, this is how I can help your company in the recruiting department. This is how I can sell something to you. This is what I can bring to the table from a soft skills perspective versus a technical skills perspective. So those three things is what would really help somebody transition.
I completely agree, especially with the last one. Like, this entire topic of the Sizigi talk really resonates with me, because I actually started college pre-med. Like, I have a science-related major and stuff, and it wasn't around like my sophomore year of college that I realized like medicine was not the career I wanted to pursue.
For you. Yeah,
and I know that I was really interested in marketing, but it was so hard to get my foot in there, because I was like, I know I'm capable of learning these skills and I can learn them on my own time, but it's nothing I can put on my resume. And my resume was just stacked with like these health related things. And I'm like, this is not going to help me get a job in marketing. And it's so cool because like when I came across Sizigi, like as I was applying for internships, I was fascinated by the product itself. Like even just like I just love the idea of being able to like actually show off past projects and skills. And it's so useful, especially for people that are wanting to pursue another career or dip their toes into another field. Like it really helped me in my to my advantage too. And I just like completely agree with you. So it's awesome just seeing that, like what a switch from like a paper resume to an ePortfolio can do for you in your career.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my last question is, how would you describe your perfect recruiting process?
Perfect recruiting process, it comes down to one thing: communication. Consistent communication is so key. And I can't, there's three different parts, right? There's the hiring manager / talent acquisition of the company that you're trying to help. There's you, the recruiter, and then there's the person looking for the job. As long as you keep a constant communication stream between the three, you're pretty much destined for success in the sense that both parties will be happy. And what I mean by that, I cannot put a timeline on how fast a hiring process should go, or money or salary. I can't, that is secondary to a good recruiting process. Because at the end of the day, the hiring manager should that's involved should be, fully transparent with the role. You should be fully transparent with your candidate, and vice versa. And at the end of the day, all three parties will be happy. Even if, it doesn't work out, it's not a match. At the end of the day, the hiring manager will still be happy with what you were able to provide, which is, again, communication and developing that relationship. And then same thing with the candidate. They will still be happy. Okay, it didn't work out, but thank you for communicating with me. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for following up. I mean, I see time and time again, so many people on both the hiring side and the job applicant, where it's like, recruiters they never follow up. I never hear back. I got ghosted. You never want to do that. You never want to build that reputation for yourself and for the recruiting industry as a whole. So I would say constant communication is 100% the key to a perfect recruiting process.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
that's basically all I had. We can go ahead and open up the floor to audience questions if anyone has anything. I'm not seeing anything right now.
Okay, I can't even see how many people are on, so that's all you.
Okay. So Tony asked, what are some of the top candidate skills that your clients are looking for?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, I mean, it varies on industry, of course. But, obviously, if I'm focusing on accounting, finance, right now, I'm actually working for a lot of client services. So I would say the biggest thing is actually specific accounting knowledge, meaning deferred revenue, accrual accounting, cash basis accounting. So it's not just a over level an overview, like high level, you need to know gap accounting. It's more of, if you have a specific niche of accounting that you're very strong at, that's actually what hiring managers are looking for right now. And then also, it kind of goes without saying, but having that CPA, or at least working towards it, is huge. That I don't ever think that a license will lose its value, but having a license in something that you're specifically looking into or working on, like CFA, CMA, CPA, CIA for auditors, it's huge. It holds its weight in gold. So
yeah. All right. Thank you for that. It looks like that's all that we have. So thank you so much for joining us today. It was really insightful. I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh no, pleasure was all mine. I really enjoyed talking and, talking to you and seeing you in person. And yeah, if anybody has obviously any other questions, feel free to email me. I'd be more than happy to connect and talk with you.
All right. Bye.
Cool. Bye.